everyone, it's me again, and I have a super special tutorial for you guys today. I was going to upload something different this week, but I was approached by the lady friend of a very, very dear and close friend of mine, James. Hello, James. Love you, boo. And his lovely lady friend, Heather, came to me. We've never actually met in person, but I could already tell we're gonna get along famously. She's so sweet, so gorgeous, and she makes my close friend happy, and any friend of a friend is a friend of mine, am I right? Heather has been watching my videos for some time now, and she came to me and she said, Faith, I need help. I have a black tie event to go to here in a couple of weeks, and I have these beautiful accessories that my friend made for me that I want to complement and amplify without being too much for a black tie event. Help me, Lord! And I was like, boo-boo, I got you. I decided to go ahead and pull together a makeup look for a black tie event. Now, being a military wife, I've had to go to my share of black tie type fancy dancy events. And there's a lot of people who, when they go to events like this, you know, your gala, you know, going to the opera, going to a military ball, going to anything like that, they think it's time to pull out all the stops and create this really dark, black, sexy, smoky eye. Slow down, girl. Slow down. You don't need all that. When it comes to black tie or red carpet or anything of that sort, less is more. You want something that is going to make you look like the best you humanly possible while still being low maintenance, so you're not in the bathroom every 5 minutes checking your makeup and touching up. So that's kind of what I went for here. I went for something that is very soft and very glamorous and very sophisticated while still being extremely easy, very low maintenance, and affordable. 90% of the products I use today you can find in your local drugstore. Yup, drugstore meets black tie. I'm feeling it. I really, really love how this makeup looked. Definitely gonna be rocking this myself to my next formal event. And to add a little bit extra to this video, I did include 2 lip options. That's 4. 2 lip options. I included this, which is a kind of soft, peachy nude lip, which is very, very nice because it is low maintenance. You know, you don't have to kind of fuss with it as much throughout the night. But I also included an option for a bright red lip, because as I was doing research for this look, looking at celebrity makeup on the red carpet, I noticed that red lips are a classic. A lot of celebrities like to rock them. A lot of people like to rock them to black tie events, so I also included a red lip option. Extremely long intro aside. Heather, I hope this tutorial helps you out. And for the rest of my lovely faithful, don't forget to leave requests in the comments. Get in touch with me. Message my Facebook fan page. I love getting requests. I love getting, you know, I love a good challenge. So I love getting requests from people, especially if it's a makeup that you are going to end up using for your next event. Like, that's like the ultimate in flattery for someone who's into makeup. So, if you want to learn how to get this soft, sophisticated, yet glamorous makeup that would be perfect for red carpet, black tie, or bridal, then please keep on watching. I've already primed and done my brows. You guys know the drill. You know how I do that. You don't need to see it over and over again. Now I'm going to take my eyeshadow base, which is going to be the Maybelline Color Ink, or it's a color tattoo. They sell them in the States as well, but this one is Japanese, so I don't know the shade name, sorry, but I'll try and find it and put it in the description. But it's just this very, very light, very shimmery beige color, and I'm gonna take my ring finger, swirl it around in there, because these do tend to get a touch on the dry side, but if you just kind of use the flesh of your finger and your body heat to warm up the product a little bit, get that on your finger, and we're just gonna pat this all over the lid. Base is down, so now we're gonna put a lid color on top of that, and this is the fun part. This is the Loreal Infallable eyeshadows. You guys have heard me talk and talk and talk about these. If you've been a fan of my channel for a while, first of all, thank you. Second of all, you'll have heard me talk about these. I love them. I have like a million of them, not really, but I have like 8. They're in the drugstore, so they're pretty affordable as eyeshadows go, and they are fantastic, super metallic, super striking, very, very bright shadows, and they last all day long, and there you go. This one is, I don't know if I mentioned it, but this one is in the shade Iced Latte. Iced Latte is kind of a pale champagne shade, beautiful, beautiful pale gold shade for somebody who has a cooler undertone. I have olive skin, so this is still gonna look good on me because I have a neutral undertone. Can we talk about that? I mean, come on, it's so pretty. So we're gonna take iced latte and we're gonna pat this over where we put that base. And how sticky that base is with how metallic this shadow is, it's just going to like crank the metallicness up to 11. Yes, God. And again, I'm putting that everywhere I put the base. You don't have to bring it up as high as I do because I know putting shimmer in the crease can be quite aging for some people. So use your best judgment. You know your face better than I do. There you go. Gorgeous. What am I doing? I've just been in such a weird mood today. So now we're gonna start moving into the crease. And into the crease, we go matte. Almost always, with the exception of certain kind of avant-garde looks where there's a certain look I'm going for, I will always use matte shadows in the crease because, you know, the crease is naturally going to have a shadow and shadows are naturally matte. So, you know, anything else is just going to be a little bit weird looking. But I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette. I'm not sure if you can find these in stores because I'm not in the United States. Look around, if you can't find it, honestly, most of the colors in this are gonna be pretty dupable. So just use whatever you have. So I'm gonna take this warm brown up here, right there, very, very warm kind of sandy brown color. And this color you could find just about anywhere, but you just want something that has no shine. You could even use a bronzer if you wanted to. There are no rules in makeup. And I'm using the e.l.f. blending brush. And we're just gonna smoosh this into the crease, focusing most of the pigment on the outside edge. Going a little bit higher on the outside edge just to create an almond shape effect that's gonna lift your eye and make you look a little bit younger. Now we've got that soft, subtle definition. We're going to continue to blend out that shade by taking this top shade in the palette. This is kind of a cream skin tone color for me. Basically, you could use just about anything this is a blending shadow, so a shadow that's the same color as your skin tone. You can use your powder, like the powder you use to powder your face. If it's like a skin tone powder, use that instead. No need to buy an eyeshadow for that. Same brush, and we're just putting that right underneath the brow. You do want to put brow powder or brow pencil or whatever you use to fill in your brows. You want to fill in your brows, particularly with an eye as simple as this, because the brows are just going to frame your face. It's going to give it more shape, and it'll change your life. It'll change your life. And I put considerably more on this eye than I did on my other eye. So once you're done, I usually take a clean finger and just kind of run in between the two colors just to help them blend a little bit better. And basically you want a soft gradient from that peachy copper shade over into the pale gold. We've got a little bit more color in there. I wanted to bring a little bit more of a peach shade into the crease as well. So I noticed when Heather sent me her kind of photos of her entire collection of makeup that she had something that I also have, which is the e.l.f. Mineral Blush in the shade Bliss. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous blush that I don't use enough, and I don't know why, because it's just this, I don't know if you're going to be able to see the color, but it's just this perfect kind of neutral pink shade. It's just muted enough, just brown enough to go with just about any makeup look, and it's matte, so you can use it as an eyeshadow. If you find that you're not going through your blushes before they go bad, use them as eyeshadows. Pro tip. Anyway, we're gonna take this on that same blending brush just a little bit, and we're gonna tap the living hell out of it because it's a loose product, so a lot's gonna kick up. And we're just gonna take this on the outside, moving inward. Same kind of motion that we did with the first crease color. And we're taking it at the edge of that lid shade, and that's just gonna help blend the kind of peachy copper shade into the crease shade. And then, when you're done using that as a crease color, you can also use it as the blush for the look, and it'll create a very beautiful monochromatic feel. We're gonna start in on liner and lashes. So for liner, again, keep it simple. You could even use a dark brown shadow, like an eyeshadow, and just use that as liner. You could take a pencil liner and just tightline with it, like I'm about to do. Ugh. So I'm gonna take the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil from Urban Decay in Smokeout. Yeah, this isn't drugstore, but realistically, it's a brown eyeliner. Use whatever brown eyeliner you have on hand. This is just what was closest to me, and I'm gonna go ahead and tightline with this. So I'm gonna lift my lid up. And then for liquid, again, you don't have to use a liquid liner if you don't want to. I decided to go ahead and take Demolition, which is a 24/7 liquid liner. I'm not even sure if this one's available anymore because they discontinued a bunch of their colors of this liner, and I'm pissed because the liner's brush is really, really good for application purposes. But just use whatever brown liner you have. I noticed in Heather's collection she had a brown liquid liner from e.l.f. That works fine. We're just gonna take this and draw an incredibly thin line very, very close to the lashes. Every time I get new makeup, I'm like, oh, I must play with everything. So I got a couple of Lorac palettes. I got the two new Lorac Pro Matte and Pro Metal eyeshadow palettes. I will be reviewing those later on. I haven't even really tried them yet. I only just swatched them recently, so I still have to kind of play with them and see what I think. But they came with a little sample, a very generous mini of the new Lorac Pro Plus Fiber Mascara. So I decided to go ahead and try it. Use whatever mascara you have, honestly, because we're putting false lashes on top of it. So literally all we're trying to do is make our eyelashes black. I don't know how I feel about this mascara yet. The formula is a lot wetter than I normally like, so it does tend to smudge quite a bit, but we'll see how things go. Hello, handsome. Say hi, Beaky. Hi, guys. The ferrets are out, and Onyx likes to just sit with me and watch me do my makeup, huh? Are you fabulous? Sorry, had to have a ferret moment. Okay, so mascara is on, just kind of fan it dry a little bit. For my falsies today, I'm using the Ardell 120 Demis. I think they're perfect. They're just long enough, they're just thick enough. They're gonna make your eyes look sleepy and sexy and big and luscious. We're gonna touch up with a makeup wipe, wipe out any fallout, wipe out any unwanted area of trouble. Thank you for coming. Nice to see ya. Don't let the door hit you where the Lord split you. So there you have it. That is pretty much the eye look completed. Really easy, right? It's just a very simple, very clean eye look that's gonna make you look polished and glamorous and perfected without really having to kind of muss with it or fuss with it too much. So I'll give you a little close-up of the eyes. These lashes are behaving really weirdly and I don't know why. Probably because they're old. But there's the finished eye look. So I'm gonna go and do my foundation routine really quickly. If you guys want, you can watch a video that's gonna be up in the cards right there. That is my entire foundation routine. Although for a black tie evening, I would probably focus on long wearing products, you know, focus on your favorites. This is not the time to be trying brand new stuff. As much as I've done that in the past, use your tried and trues, use your things that you know work, that you know will last all night, because you don't want to spend your entire black tie evening in the bathroom. So I'm gonna go finish that and then I'll be back to show you my lips. Okay guys, I'm back and I'm flawless. I'll run you guys through a little bit of what I used, just, you know, to give you guys an idea of, you know, in case you're at a loss for what to use on yourself. I first put on some concealer, and for that I used the classic, the one, the only one I really use, which is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Concealer. I use this under my eyes, on my acne scars, like pretty much everywhere. I pretty much used concealer as like a preliminary foundation, but then again, I also have a lot to cover, and the foundation I've been using is one that I'm going to be making an in-depth review on that doesn't have as much coverage as some of the other foundations I own, so I did have to beef up my concealer a little bit. You don't have to conceal as much as I did, but do focus on making your skin look flawless. Like, if you've got acne scarring or blemishes or, you know, the inevitable pre-event stress pimple, conceal that mofo, because you know, if you're going to a red carpet event or a black tie event, you're going to be photographed. You want to look flawless in photographs, so, you know, conceal the living crap out of your face. And I blended that out with both a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, which is one of my favorite brushes for buffing concealer into the skin, and then I went over it with a damp Real Techniques, really dirty, Miracle Complexion Sponge, just to kind of help that product really sink into the skin and remove any excess concealer that I did not need, to avoid my face from looking cakey, because we do not want to take this pretty party to Cake City, know what I'm saying? I kind of set those areas with a little bit of Revlon's Photo Ready powder in the shade Fair Light. Again, you do not need to use a powder that has coverage. You can use translucent powder as well if you want. But I used the Kogendo Aqua Foundation today. I'm in the shade 213. I like this. This is only the second time I've used this foundation, and I do like the finish it gives. I think it gives a nice dewy, kind of flawless finish to the skin eventually, but it doesn't have as much coverage as I would like, so I find myself having to conceal a lot more when I use this, and just in general put more makeup on my face when I'm using this. And for how much it costs, like, I was really looking for a little bit more coverage, but I put a couple of pumps of that in my hands, dotted it all over my face, and I used my damp Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, which I've been having a love affair with lately, to pounce it all over my skin and really help it to sink in everywhere, blend out evenly. It's super quick, it's super easy, and this is $5, whereas the Beauty Blender is like $15 or $20, so yeah, this is gonna save your life. I contoured with my Lorac Pro Contour Palette. I highly recommend doing at least a little bit of contouring just to give your face shape, because if you're gonna be at a black tie event, you're gonna be photographed, people are gonna be using flash photography, and flash photography can really kind of wash your skin out and really make you look just like a flat pancake face, and no one wants pancake face. So I like contouring just to kind of give a little bit of subtle definition. I use the light contour shade just underneath the cheekbones and by the eyes, and a little bit under my jaw too to get rid of my double chin. And then I use the shimmer highlight shade to highlight my cheekbones, above my brows, on my chin, a little bit on the bridge of my nose, just like all over the place, because that's the look I like. I actually am using blush today, which I normally don't. I usually avoid blush at all costs because I'm accustomed to my skin being very sensitive. I have rosacea, so I already deal with redness on my cheeks. The last thing I want most of the time is more pink on my cheeks. But I did use the e.l.f. Mineral Blush in the shade Bliss, just very, very lightly, mostly toward the back of the apple of my cheek and blending backward. I don't put blush directly on the apples of my cheeks because I found that that makes my face sag a little bit. So just to keep my face looking young and youthful and fresh, I sort of kept it toward the back and blended backward, but it really does bring this whole look together when it comes to, you know, pairing the eyes with the cheeks. I really like how that came out. Bronzer-wise, I used a little bit of my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil just on the hairline and just on the backs of the cheekbones, a little teeny tiny bit. Honestly, you don't even really need to do that step if you don't want to, but I just felt the need to add a little bit of tan to my skin because it's summer and I want to look bronzy and glowy and lovely. So now lips. I'm actually going to give you two different lip options. Because when Heather requested this look, she sent me a picture of some jewelry that her friend had made for her for this event, and the jewelry is red. And it was like this beautiful chainmail bracelet and these chainmail earrings, and she's gonna have shoes to match and all that good stuff. So I did want to give her a red lip option, but then when I did this look and I looked in the mirror, I was like, God damn, because these eyes are so soft and so light and so just pretty and feminine that I almost wanted to try a nude lip with it as well, not just because it would help set the shimmer in the eyes off a little bit more and, you know, not take away from that, but also a nude lip is just a lot lower maintenance. You know, when you have that kind of bright fire engine red lip, throughout the night, it's gonna, it's gonna be really high maintenance. You're gonna be reapplying it and reapplying it and reapplying it. After you eat, you're gonna have to touch up. You're gonna be constantly worrying about it. So I figured I'd show both options just to give different perspectives on things. So for the nude lip option first, I'm going to take the NYX lip liner in the shade Natural. I've been told this is pretty hard to find in stores sometimes. I ordered it online. It's a very popular lip liner, but honestly, any nude lip liner will work. This is just a pink toned kind of brownie pink lip liner. Plenty of companies make them, so just, find whatever works for you. And I'm gonna line my lips on the outside and fill them in a little bit, skipping filling in the center. So for nude lipsticks, you have a couple of different options. You can basically use whatever nude works for your skin tone, which is going to vary from person to person, and it's going to be different for me than it is for Heather, because Heather has a cool undertone and I have an olive undertone. So basically, for my skin tone and for my lips, I've found that brownier nudes tend to work a little bit better, whereas with Heather's lips, she might want to look for something that leans more on the pink side. So for my lips, personally, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Megalast lipstick in the shade Bare It All. You can see it's a very brown toned nude. If you're looking for something that's a little bit lighter, a little bit more pink, you can use either the Megalast lipstick in Just Peachy, or there's a Loreal Color Riche lipstick in Fairest Nude that is also gorgeous, and it's just a little bit more pink, so it's gonna go better with someone with a pink undertone to their skin. So I'm just gonna put this on my lips. I just put the Bare It All Megalast lipstick on my lips. Gonna do a little bit of a finger pull. See all that? That would have ended up on my teeth. Don't want that for black tie. And there you go. That is the finished look with a nude lip. We'll do a little awkward posing. Awkward posing. Looking down. Looking forward. Looking effortless. Beautiful. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take this nude lip off and show you guys the red lip. Okay guys, I am back and bare lipped once again to show you guys the red lip option. Now, if a nude lip just ain't cutting it for you, if you're like, I need a little bit more drama, no problem. As I was doing research for this look, I discovered, while I was kind of pouring through red carpet makeup looks, that a red lip is classic for the red carpet, classic for black tie. I'm going to first line my lips with one of my favorite lip liners of life for a red lip. It is the NYX Retractable Lip Liner in the shade Dark Red. I really like this for a red lip because it's darker, so it's going to give you that definition on the outside that's going to make your red lip really pouty and full. Alright guys, I am back from lining my lips. I'm leaving a lot more space in the middle, and that's just gonna make things a lot more three-dimensional and make your lips a lot poutier. So for a red lipstick, the possibilities are endless. Pretty much every brand on the planet has a red lipstick. Obviously find a red shade that works with your skin tone. The red I'm going to use here is more of a pink toned red at first glance, but it's the Wet n Wild Super Lustrous lipstick in the shade Fire and Ice. What I love about this is, I'm not kidding, this is going to sound crazy, the undertone of this lipstick changes depending on who's wearing it. So if someone with a more warm undertone or an olive skin like me wears this lip color, it's gonna look a lot warmer, whereas with someone with a cool undertone, it's gonna look a lot cooler, a lot more blue toned, which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna try this out and we're gonna see how it looks. So I'm gonna do my finger pull, because I don't want that on my teeth. And I'm gonna go ahead and blot this a little bit with a tissue just because it will transfer like a motherfucker if you don't. So I'm gonna blot it. Whatever you do, no matter how long wearing you think your lipstick is, there are two things that you should bring in your bag with you when you go to the event. You should bring the lipstick that you used and makeup wipes. Maybe not a pack this big. Let's do some awkward posing. Awkward posing. Looking down. Looking forward. Looking fierce. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. and learned a lot about how to create a perfectly wearable look for black tie or red carpet events. And Heather, I hope you found this tutorial and look helpful. If you did, and if any of the rest of you did, go ahead and hit that like button, spank it in the butt, you know it deserves it. And if you want to see more from me, subscribe and become a member of the Faithful today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles!